Back here on SportsLine, there's a big basketball game in town tomorrow night as Belmont plays host to Morehead State in a rematch of last year's OVC tournament final. The Eagles have been a bit of a bugaboo for the Bruins over the last calendar year. Belmont had run off a bunch of games in a row in that series, including a big win at home last year. But at the end of the season, Morehead State knocked Belmont off in the final game of the regular season last year and then beat them again badly in the OVC tournament final on a tremendous shooting night from the Eagles. And then just a few weeks ago up in Morehead, the Eagles won again in a game that they had a big lead. Belmont rallied furiously to get back within 4 in the final couple of minutes, but then Morehead was able to salt it away and get the win. So that's 3 straight wins for Morehead State, which is a game in front of Belmont and a game back of Morehead State in the OVC standings right now. For the Bruins, it's a huge opportunity because you beat Morehead State, you kind of get that monkey off your back, you get right back into the race. Murray has to go to Morehead on Saturday, also has to play Belmont again down the stretch. So the OVC title still not out of reach for Belmont. And the other thing is for Belmont right now, as of today, going into the day and tonight's games, Belmont ranks 44th in the net ranking. That would definitely put them on the table for at-large consideration if the season ended today. Obviously, there's more games to go, 7 more games in the regular season, and then hopefully a run in the tournament if you're Belmont. But you cannot afford slip-ups, even against Morehead State. If you lose at Murray, that won't be a bad loss. If you lose to Murray in the tournament, that won't be a bad loss. But even a Morehead State loss would be crippling for Belmont's at-large tournament resume. Of course, they got in a couple years ago as an at-large team and won a game. This is a team similar to that. It is very, very good. I'm not sure if it's as good as Murray State, but it's good, and it should be in the conversation on Selection Sunday, regardless of what happens in Evansville. But they have to take care of business tomorrow night. It is a big one. And the Bruins will be led in by OVC Player of the Week, Ben Shepard, who had 41 points Saturday night, won off the school all-time record, including a three-pointer with 3.6 seconds to go to force overtime after the Bruins were down by 20 at Tennessee Tech. They went on to win an OT, a huge win to avoid a bad loss. Shepard followed it up with another big night on Monday, 23 points against Austin Peay, and now he tries to lead the Bruins into a big game tomorrow night against Morehead State.
First off, how good are you feeling right now?
I feel great. We're looking pretty good right now, and I'm playing with a lot of confidence. The whole team's playing with a lot of confidence, so it's a good thing to see.
You look good all season, obviously, but the last week or so, you've really elevated your level.
Yeah.
How?
I think it's just all mental for me, getting mentally prepared before every game, and just seeing myself, envisioning myself being that type of player. So it's been good this past couple of games.
All right, tomorrow night, big one. Chance for payback against Morehead for a couple of games. Going back to last year, how much has this developed into kind of a rivalry or a big game on your schedule?
Yeah, we definitely have a bad taste in our mouth from the past 2 games that we played them. The last game we played in the OVC Championship, and then the last game at their place. So we're going to try to go out and punch them in the mouth and play our hardest and hopefully get the win. So it's a huge game, and we're all excited for it.
Is there also a sense, too, that the urgency, calendars flipped to February now. You got these guys, you got Murray coming up again, and then Evansville.
Yeah.
You got to play your best basketball right now.
Yeah. Coach Hedgepeth sent us a text today saying we have 24 more games to that whole season, so including conference play in the OVC tournament. So that just really puts it into perspective that we got to finish out this season strong, and especially coming down this last stretch. So.
When you talk about Morehead, obviously we all know about Janai inside, but they've really shot up outside these guys the last 2 games as well. What do you have to do to flip the script?
Just locking in defensively and getting out to shooters and also playing inside, helping out on Johnny Broom and our interior defenders. So, yeah.
I asked desk, your coach said after Saturday that you're a guy that seems like you never get tired. Obviously, that game was pretty explosive for you, but
yeah.
Is conditioning, is that something that you've been working on?
Yeah, that's something I definitely use to my advantage. I feel like I can go up and down like all day, it seems like, and I use my speed and my like agility to my advantage. So.
Good genetics.
That helps you.
Yeah.
And certainly you guys have been a second half team as of late. You know, positive and negative to that.
Yeah.
The slow starts, how do you combat those and start with a little bit more energy?
So no team's going to give us anything, and we can't expect for them to just hand it to us each and every game. And sometimes I feel like that's how we feel going into games, and that's how it shouldn't be. But we need to start definitely coming out with more energy and more, I don't know the word for it, but yeah, coming out to a better start. So.
I feel like if you start the way you did the last two games, I mean, not that the confidence isn't there that you can come back, but you can't do what you've done the last two games tomorrow night. You have to win, right?
Yeah, we definitely can't come out like we played the last two games. Moorhead's a good team, and they're going to be ready from the jump, so we need to match their energy and their performance and be that team that jumps out on them. So.
What's the challenge with their perimeter players?
What did you say?
What's the challenge with their perimeter players and tracking them around on the perimeter?
They are great off the ball. They can move around when the ball's inside in Broom's hands, and they're good at finding their shot. So a key tomorrow on the defensive side is just staying with our defenders on the perimeter. So.